And good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, founders, guests. If you're a guest, hey, mark this date, May 3rd, 2022. This is the day your life is going to change. Why do I say that? Because somebody loves you so much, they have brought you to listen to a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity, right? And the way I tell you this opportunity, I just tell you frankly my story, right? Because Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Okay, so I'm just telling you the truth. Like Maddie just said, he just told you his story in a nutshell. He kind of summarized it. I'm also going to try to summarize mine so that it doesn't take too long. Okay, like he said, I've been in the IT industry for a very long time, but also I have been in business just as long, because soon as I got of age and started working, I realized that I had to help out. I had to help out my friends, my family, especially back home, back in Africa, where I come from, right? So I needed extra money, a lot of extra money. And I started looking at residual income. I remember Warren Buffett saying, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I agreed with him. Look for ways to make that extra money. I got into MLM businesses, and most of them, they had to fail. I was making money, but I could not bring the people along, just like Maddie said. So I stopped it way back when. But I also stopped working for corporate America just over 5 years ago. Not because I had a lot of money. Nope. A colleague of mine said to me, Charles, you are very lucky. You are very fortunate. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for over 30 years and I don't seem to be getting rich. So I'm going to have to do things differently. Okay. So I resigned, got myself an office space in Maryland, in the United States. And now, just over 3 years ago, about 3 years and 2 months ago, actually 3 years and 3 months ago, time flies, we're now in May. A colleague of mine, or a trusted friend of mine, came to me and said, Charles, you have to listen to this opportunity. It's going to blow your mind away. And I said, what is that? Listen, 3 things you've got to answer me first before I listen, okay? So let me tell you guys something. When somebody brings an opportunity to you, and I have looked at this for a very long time now, these 3 questions are pertinent. Number 1, do I have to recruit to make money? Do I have to sell to make money? If I cannot recruit, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I still going to make money? And I'm not talking about chump change. I'm talking about enough money to give me financial freedom. Okay, so that was my first question when I asked my friend. And he told me, Charles, don't worry. You'll make enough money to leave a legacy to your children, your children's children, and beyond. I was so happy. I said, let's go to question number 2. Am I going to have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill, month in, month out? They call it auto ship in the industry. And he said, Charles, you won't have to do that. You're going to come out of pocket once, and that's it. And I was almost feeling like break dancing, but I had one last question, right? The last, but certainly not the least. Okay. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary, right? Something that mankind needs, you and I, we need every day. Think about internet access. Think about your cell phone. Those are viable products. You don't have them, life is miserable. So that's what I'm talking about. So I asked my friend that question and he said to me, Charles, you have an IT background. Why don't you take a look at these products? You should be able to understand better than me. And I said, why not? Jumped in, looked at the products, and I came back to him. I said, my friend, should this company succeed in doing what they're trying to do, we're going to have an internet quake. We're going to have a shakeup of the internet, right? And just so you know, for you guys that are coming in now, remember, this was over 3 years ago. Right now, that internet quake is already happening, okay? But that back then, I told my friend, watch out. But I also told him, it's going to take a while. We're going to have to wait 5, maybe 6 years. Well, thankfully, we don't have to wait that long. But that's what I thought. And my friend didn't like that. He said to me, Charles, why would you say that? Well, I said, you told me to take a look at the products. I did. And I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI is a disruptive technology. And what do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while, and it'll change the way we do things, right? In other words, it will disrupt our lives. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. And that is why I told my friend, we're going to have to buckle up and wait. But I also told him, I don't care how long we have to wait. I want to be part of this opportunity today. I had something we call FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on some opportunities earlier on in my life, blockchain being one of them. I wasn't going to miss out on this one, not for any length of time, not at any cost. So then I asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of it right now? And believe it or not, I was thinking it's going to be some huge amount of money, 10K, 15, 20. I was ready. Thankfully, in the United States, you don't need cash. All you need is credit cards, plastics, as we call them. And I had a few of those at the time. When my friend looked up at me and said, Charles, all you need is $97. That's it. I thought he was kidding. I was discombobulated. I was flabbergasted. I said, you got to be kidding. He said, nope, I'm dead serious. I said, okay, here's my credit card. Put it on there. Now, by the time we were done, it costed me $102. Yes. So there is a $5 fee that banks will charge you. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, please get me informed. Call me, text me, email me. Do whatever it takes when they are closer to lunch so that I can get more involved. He said, deal. Just over 8 months later, he gave me a call and said, Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us, the founders, in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, why not? 1 week later, I hopped on the call just like this, and there was Mr. Mufareh, the CEO and founder of this company. Mr. Mufareh, for those of us who have been founders for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you, he will help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. As you're going to find out, we're already having our O-Bless. The company has not yet launched, and we are already touching the community. Okay, my friends, there are lots of geniuses out there, and our CEO is one of them. Now, all of these guys have the brains, but do they have the heart? So that's what I'm going to leave up to you. As you come to join us, you will find out. Not only does our CEO have the brains, but he has a heart. And that is why a lot of us leaders, we resonate with him so well. We are so passionate about this business. Because of that, it's just that simple. Okay. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mufareh, again, like, remember, I was listening to him for the very, very first time ever. And I'm looking at him and he came up and he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. We are closer to launch than ever before. I will never forget that day because my head was spinning. And I was saying to myself, how can this guy possibly say that? Not long ago, I told my friend, we're going to be waiting for a long haul because I know how tedious, I know how involved that is. But all of a sudden, he says, we are closer to launch than ever before. And he was right, though. But at the time, I didn't know that. He got me paying attention. And he went on and he said, we've gone to Bangalore in India. Now, if you look behind me, you see a building that says Onpassive. This building is in Hyderabad. Okay? This building wasn't there at the time. At the time he had gone to Bangalore, he had leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. And then he went on. We've hired 200 engineers. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now again, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20, 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know because I've been part of a few of those. But Mr. Mufareh goes to the source. And when I say source, I mean India. For those of us who are in IT, you agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. He goes to the source. He didn't get 20 or 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. And they're now working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. They're working around the clock. So now in my head, I'm thinking, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2-3 years what should have taken 5-6 years. So my belief factor goes off the roof, and I'm listening keenly. And he goes on and he says, some of us founders who have been unethical, so we're going to come up with a non-disclosure agreement. When you see it, sign it up, because that's the only way you're going to participate in this great opportunity. 2 months later, he called up another meeting and he said, folks, NDA is out. Go sign it up. And I went back and took a look. Very long document, by the way. But by the time I was done reading that document, it occurred to me that this is the time I told my friend to do whatever it takes to get me informed so I can get involved. He was so on the money. I look back at the time, money, energy spent from the time I came into the company up until then. And I said to myself, I'm going to have to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to have to be part of this revolution in the making. Okay. I'm going to have to spread the word. So I called my friends to my office. I said, listen, we've got to spread this word massively. What's the best way? We brainstormed, came up on Zoom. Thanks to technology, with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It can be a laptop, a smartphone, an iPad, doesn't matter. You get internet access and you're in business. So again, what is this company I'm talking about? Onpassive, right behind me. And you look at Madi Gamo's background, it says Onpassive. That name was not given by chance. This is a passive opportunity. That means you're going to come in, you become a founder. Once we launch, one little token, skin in the game, and this company goes to work on your behalf. So you can be passive, you can be active. It's up to you. Our CEO and founder that I just mentioned to you a few moments ago has a master's in e-commerce. He went back to Harvard, did some more online studies, back and forth. Studying what? Artificial intelligence, AI. He has a knack for it. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic, my friends, is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason we can invite all of you to dream with us today. Traffic is so important. It's the most fundamental element in any business. So we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about traffic. What is traffic? I'm not talking about cars and motorbikes going up and down the street. No, I'm talking about people, customers, eyeballs, right? And now we're going to talk about traffic offline as well as online. And I know most of us looking for opportunities, we have an age. We're more used to offline businesses, right? So let's start there. Let's say you have a business offline and I have the same business. And it can be any business. It can be a barber shop, okay? A nail store, a car dealership, doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a restaurant. And you have the same restaurant like me, same name, same food, same chef, same price, same everything, except what? Location. Your restaurant is going to fare better than me if your restaurant is located in a busy shopping mall, okay? People come in and out all the time. And mine is located in a back alley. It is hidden. And why is that? Because people are going to come to that shopping mall minding their own business to do their nails, do their hair, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall. Eventually what happens? They get hungry. They look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. Whereas in my restaurant, they are going to have to know it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there, right? Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So then the question is, what is traffic, right? Those customers, people coming in and out of your business, eyeballs. Now, what about online? What is traffic online? In this digital age, that's where we are, online. Simple, my friends, clicks. If you have a business online, the first thing that needs to happen before you make a sale, someone has to click on it. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have individuals online, businesses online. How do they make money? By sending clicks, sending traffic to other businesses. Other businesses. What is a typical example? Google, right? They send clicks to businesses and they're making a killing. And then you have what we call targeted traffic. What is targeted traffic? So you go online looking for a TV and somebody walks behind you and whispers in your ears, right? Go to xxx.com and then you go there. All you see are TVs, all kinds of TVs, all colors, all sizes, all prices. What are the chances of you buying? Off the roof. Guess what? xxx.com just got itself a targeted traffic. It just got itself a customer looking for exactly what it is offering. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mufareh, is the best in this game of driving targeted traffic. He proved himself. Upon graduation, he got involved with a few companies, drove targeted traffic, sent them affiliates, sent them customers. It is true that he made some money doing that, and these companies also made lots of money. Unfortunately, though, most of them went out of business. Why? Remember we said earlier, legitimate, viable products. no viable products, any business, any company is a time bomb. So Mr. Mufareh and his family, notably his wife, are going to come together and say, listen, we're going to stop driving customers, sending customers to businesses that have no basis, that are going to go out eventually. Why don't we start our own? Get some legitimate, viable digital services, get founding members, you and I, drive traffic to them, send them customers, create everything, website, automate everything for them, because we are the best in the game. They make money, we make money, everybody is happy. That is the best of Onpassive, my friends. And remember, this was way over 3 years ago. There was no pandemic. There was no COVID-19. These guys were just visionaries. They could see the future. So Mr. Mufareh and his friends, they're going to sit together and say, hey, we have about 8 billion people on Earth. And statistics show that at any point in time, 7 million of those are online. Now that's prior to COVID-19. You can imagine what it is today. But 7 million at the time was still a lot. What kind of services are they looking for so that we can provide them? Some of us online, we are on our favorite social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. I love Facebook, but when we are on Facebook, what do? We are sending pictures, texts, back and forth to family members, friends, colleagues. Guess what that is called? Guess what the product of Facebook is? It's just a community, that's it. Mark Zuckerberg and his co-founders, they create a community and advertisers are going crazy. And so these guys at Onpassive, they're going to say, hey, we are the best in the game. We have AI. We're going to create our own community. Bigger, better than anything out there. And we're going to use AI. Okay? If you come to join us, you're going to find out our community is almost 1.3 million right now. It should be there within days, by the way. Some of us online, what are we doing? E-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. If you don't know, there are people online making 6- and 7-figure income through email marketing. So these guys are going to say, you know, we can do that too. Autoresponder, we can do that too. Some of us online, video conferencing, just like you and I right now, right? If you can see me or you can hear me, it means you went to some application called Zoom, right? You put in some ID and there you are. Eric Wan, the owner of Zoom, and his co-founders, they are monetizing on our services right now. So these guys are going to say, we know we can do that too. Video conferencing, we can do it better with AI. We have our own very O-Connect. Those of us who have been founders for some time, we've had a sneak peek at it. It is better, clearer, faster, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. Like my friend Mike Ellis always says, at a lower price point. There are people online doing what? VPN, virtual private network. What is that? Sounds like a mouthful, right? It's just a tunnel. It's a tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Facebook, Microsoft, Google. Now, even the federal government asking employees to work from home. What does that mean? That means that people in the VPN space are making money, are monetizing. If these guys are Onpassive, they're going to say, hey, we have AI. We're going to have our own. We call it O-Virtual. Everything in Onpassive is going to have an O in front of it. Okay? O-Virtual. Super, super smart. More encrypted, more secured, more scalable. And guess what? Lower price point, more affordable. I can assure you, my friends, when Onpassive launches, these big players in that space, the VPN space, they're going to know there is a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. I can assure you that. Search engine optimization, SEO, big. That's the way Google makes most of its money, SEO. Go to google.com, search for something, guess what happens? They're going to optimize the search, bring that item to the top, and the company or the individual who has that item pays Google, and they call it pay-per-click. Well, Onpassive is going to use search engine optimization, AI-driven, the best of the best, and going to drive traffic to our websites, you and I. Big. Okay, DNS, domain name service. You name it, we got it. AI-driven. I can assure you, when we launch all these different companies in those different spaces where we're going to occupy, they will know there is a new kid on the block. Yes, they will know. So what am I doing, my friends? I am telling you, giving you some of the services that we're having in our arsenal. More than 50 of them. Human resource application. Okay, we have tracking, O-Tracker. Like I said, everything's going to have an O in front of it. O-Cademy. Just if you've used Udemy, you guess what? We have O-Cademy. Way better. So Onpassive, what are they doing? They say if you need it, and you're a business with an individual, you need it online, we have it together for you in one place. So under one umbrella, right? In IT, we call it single sign-on. No company has ever done it before, but we are there, 99% there. That's value. Okay. Now, I told you guys in the beginning, you don't have to recruit or sell to make money. You don't have to come out of pocket with Onpassive to make money. And guess what? The best part, they have the most legitimate, viable digital services the world has ever known, and all in one place. To enjoy this value, what do you have to do? Now, we are only accepting founders. How much is it going to cost you to become a founder? Fortunately for you, it is still $97. I paid $97 way over 3 years ago. Today, it is still $97, but for a limited time only. But for a limited time, because the window will be closed very, very soon before you know it. So if you're a guest here today, get back to whoever invited you. Tell them, I am interested. I want to be part of this revolution before it's too late. Let them send you a link, and you can become part of us, part of this happy family that you see here. Now, you pay your $97. What is next? What do you do next? Nothing. Financially, nothing. Well, you can get involved like some of us who bring our loved ones because we want them to have the same benefits that we're going to get. Okay? And we are enjoying the process. We're getting to know each other. But it's up to you. You can just sit back, relax, and when we launch to the public, when we open to the public, you're going to come out of pocket again one more time, one last time, with a small, undetermined amount of money. But believe me, it is very, very small. It is so small, you don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to think about it. One more time, and guess what happens? Now the company goes to work on your behalf. The company builds your website. The company places those products on your website. They send traffic, customers, targeted traffic, customers willing to buy those products to your website. And when they subscribe, you get a commission. Now, what if they don't subscribe right away? Those who do not, something else kicks in called Autoresponder. Reminds them every day about what they just saw. Well, what if they do decide to come in 1 week later, 2 weeks later, 3 months later? They are tied to you. You got another customer, more commissions. Well, you get all these customers. One of them has a problem 6 months down the road. Could not log in, could not do something. Something else kicks in. The chatbot, customer success department of Onpassive, talks to them, walks them through. So guess what? Hands-free, 100% automated. You don't do anything. Sit back, fold your arms, relax, and we work for you. This is a revolution in the making, my friends. It has never happened. I call it democracy in business, a business of the people, for the people, and by the people. Jump on board before you are locked out. Now, there is risk in every business. Does Onpassive have risk? You can say that, $97 risk, right? However, the CEO has eliminated that risk. Why? Because it is refundable. So you come join us, you don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear, say, I want my money back, and we will give it to you with a kiss. Okay? So I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision